Hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ho.
Doing a little bit of the happy guns today. Happy thumbs.
Happy thumbs. Everyone, welcome to Hype Night.
Welcome to Hype Night.
Oh my gosh, we're so happy you're here.
We're doing a voice. We're so happy you're here.
I can't believe it.
Oh my god, it's so great.
So exciting.
Thanks for joining us on Valley Girl Hype Night. Apparently, is what we're doing today.
Welcome. To those of you who have seen Hype Night before, welcome back.
Thanks for joining us again.
It's so great. To those who are joining us for the very first time, this is Hype Night. Hype Night is a show that we do weekly where we bring on amazing women and compliment them and give them all the hype that they deserve because there are so many wonderful, amazing women out there, and we have a long list.
We do. We have a very long list of women to celebrate. Yeah. So maybe you're joining us live.
Yep.
If you are, hello.
Hello.
Maybe you're joining us on Amazon Prime. What's up? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you there. You could be joining us on Highball TV, where we do all of our episodes are there, and they're all streaming, so it's a pretty cool service.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah, and maybe you're listening to us on Podbean as a podcast because you were like, I just really want to hear you.
Yeah. I don't want to see you.
I don't want to see you.
I want to hear you.
I have no time for that. I just want to hear you. We're okay. We don't take it personally.
No, I like the idea of people like typing, and then just listening.
I love a podcast. It makes me very happy.
Me too.
To have a podcast.
Yeah.
So
home renovations and podcasts. That's what I do.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, listen to a podcast.
And do home renos?
Yeah.
That's great.
It's good. It's good. And finally, if you really, really love the show so much and you would love to see more of it and give us money, you can do that at Patreon. So
Come see us.
So there's that.
Yeah. Yay!
Hi.
Hey, Dale.
Hi. So, let's start with hyping each other.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I think
let's
that's
just
a
do
good
that.
idea.
I'm going to start.
Okay.
I got a haircut today, but then I came in and your hair was like so great.
Thank you.
And I was like, oh, her hair's so good.
Your hair looks so great.
No, your hair's really great.
Thank you.
Yeah. You have this like thing.
You know, it's funny because today I did it differently.
Really?
Yeah, because I gotta say this, I've been bringing back the Velcro roller in my life, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Because I find it really hard. I have thick Mediterranean hair, and I find it really, I can't do this thing that the hairdressers do with the round brush and I want to. Every time I'm like, I could do that.
So you do like...
So what I do is I dry it a bit, I get the moisture out, and then I use Velcro rollers and I set it for 15, 20 minutes, and then I take it out, and then it's really smooth and it's got a lot of bounce. But today I was like, I can't be bothered with these Velcro rollers. I was like, I have no energy, so I just use my curling iron.
Okay, I like it.
This is the curling iron.
Okay! Yeah. So there's something different happening
Yeah, there is something different.
Okay,
curling
great.
Iron. Yeah.
I love it.
Thanks, Dale.
So I love my hair too, but I love yours
Your
too.
hair looks fantastic.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Good.
That's
good
great
hair.
insight.
It's good hair today.
Yeah, we both. Well, first of all, I'm gonna say hype to your haircut because I really love it. I feel like you've been like going. You said you were like tracking down this haircut.
Man,
like this haircut exists somewhere that I want.
It felt like a cappuccino in Italy. I was like, I had it once. It was so delicious. Fuck it, I'll never have it again.
That's right.
It'll never happen.
It's a mirage, but there it is.
Yeah,
it's great. It looks so great.
Thank you. I'm so happy.
Yay!
Yay! I went to Fuss.
Fuss. Is that the name of the place?
Yeah, and they're really, really great. And
Awesome.
I'm going to be talking a lot about them, and I want to get them on the show because I think they're fantastic what they're doing.
Yay.
They're like changing the hair industry. They're something else.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just want to backtrack for a second and say that this hair is not possible without Hero Heroine if we're going to give some props because the haircut is amazing.
It is.
So Hero Heroine Salon on Ossington, amazing. The hype I want to give you is like...
Oh shit, I get more.
You what?
I get more.
Yeah, because that was just like residual hype. Okay. That wasn't like full-on hype.
I'll take it.
You get double hype.
Yay!
Okay, so some of you may have noticed that Dale is rocking an amazing bandage on her face.
I am.
I want to say that there aren't many women I know who would text me the morning of a show we're going to tape and go, listen, this mole's getting taken off my face today, so I'm going to rock a bandage. Cool? And I was like, amazing. And you look amazing. I believe that's an Isaac Mizrahi bandage.
It is. I decided I had a really clinical Band-Aid on.
Yeah.
Dermatologist said, don't change it. I was like,
you're like
excuse me? You don't know the guest I have on today? No.
No.
So I got an Isaac Mizrahi Band-Aid. And it's on my face. And we went through them. There were multiple designs.
Yeah, we did. We were like, which one is going to be the best?
Yeah, and I feel like this is the most glamorous of all the Band-Aids I could have on my face.
I feel like, I don't know if Isaac Mizrahi knew when he started out his fashion career that we'd be talking about these bandages.
Yeah.
But I love Isaac Mizrahi as a personality and as a bandage maker. Are you going to do a home shopping network of your bandage, everybody? Home shopping network. But Dale, I want to say, like, I love your confidence, your commitment, and your style. Like, you look so stylish.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So
what are you going to do? You got a bandage on your head? What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? You need a mole taken off of your face because you care about your health?
Also, don't tell me if I can't do what I want to do.
Yeah.
With a bandage on my face.
Yeah, exactly. I certainly wasn't going to limit you. I was like, we'll celebrate it.
Celebrate! Listen, I'm glad it's gone.
Yeah,
I'm
great.
glad it's gone.
Well,
yeah.
hype to you.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh my gosh, guys.
Healthy and stylish.
All together. I get to take it off tomorrow.
You should do like an unveiling. You should
Like when people open like LOL toys.
Yeah, when it's like a unboxing of a toy.
Of like Wish stuff, where it's like, this is what I got.
Peel away the Isaac Mizrahi and reveal your fresh new skin.
Thanks. I should. I made a choice on what kind of scar I wanted.
Yeah, you did. The doctor asked you, right?
Yeah, I said, do you want a dot or you want a line with a stitch in it? I said a dot.
I mean, a line with a stitch in it says something really specific.
Yeah, but I have enough of those. I have a bunch.
Dale, I feel like there's a whole story about your life that we do not
see my line with a stitch in it? That's how I say it. But instead I'm gonna rock the dot.
I love it. Yeah. Rock the dot.
I'll show you next week.
Hashtag rock the dot. It's like we're on RuPaul's Drag Race where everything is a hashtag.
Hashtag
rock the dot. Hashtag snatch game. Anyway.
Oh my god, snatch game.
Snatch game. Okay. So that's how hype night goes.
Yeah, so that's how it works.
we hype each other and we hype whoever's on here and we just share the hype.
Oh my gosh, this week?
Oh my god. I've been so excited about this episode.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, I'd never actually I think I met Anne Pornel maybe once or twice at Comedy Bar, but I've never really really bonded or had that time.
Yeah.
But as if I imagine that's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
We're going to watch it.
But I saw her once when she just started out with the Sketchersons, and I was like, I don't know who that is, but holy shit, that person is fucking hilarious. And it's going to be a massive star. You know, you have those moments where you're like, that person.
Yeah.
I can't stop watching that person.
Absolutely. And I feel like most people feel like that when they see her for the first time.
Yeah.
Because you're all going to feel like that in about 10 seconds.
You're going to feel like that
in 10 seconds.
Okay. And
I'm moving my chair.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Hello.
Hi, Edward.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Oh, now I'm going to tuck this chair
Sorry,
back
I feel like I botched the name. Let's do it again. Our guest tonight is Anne Pornel. There we go.
Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited you're here.
I am so excited, and I am so happy how quickly you guys got on the subject of the mole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Immediately.
It had to be addressed.
Yes.
Yeah.
We talked about it for a bit before we started filming.
Yeah, we had a pre-show mole talk. We did. Which was, it was a little bit intense.
Yeah, and it's not the last time we're going to talk about it tonight. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Check your moles, everybody. Get your moles checked. What's it called, Dale, when you have a mole?
It's a mapping.
It's a mole mapping.
It's important. It is important.
It is important.
It is. Hashtag mole map. I could do that all night.
Yeah, just get those basal cell carcinomas out of there. Get them out. You have chosen a drink.
Yes.
It is
Diet Pepsi.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do a little
Pepsi.
Diet. We need different music for Diet
gosh.
Pepsi.
We got the little guys here.
Oh, I love these little cans.
Little cans.
Pepsi Mini is
Cute.
And flutes.
Sometimes you gotta take your Pepsi, your Diet Pepsi, and champagne it up.
Yeah, you gotta live your life. You know,
gotta live your life.
Be as fantastic and
That's
fabulous
right.
and glamorous as possible.
Yeah.
That's why it's Diet Pepsi is in flutes and Isaac Mizrahi Band-Aids.
That's right, guys. We're living our lives.
Can I just say, I was going to say, it fits. Doesn't quite. Did yours fit?
Oh, am I gonna make
Does
it?
it?
Does it fit? Yes!
Now we know.
Yes, mini
Now we
Karen.
know.
Perfect pour.
And you know what? I'm
There
gonna
you go.
move these because they didn't sponsor us.
They didn't sponsor us.
You'll regret it.
You'll regret it,
Biggest
Diet
regret of
Pepsi.
your life,
Man.
PepsiCo.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh no! Did we spill
Cheers.
it? I got overzealous with my cheers. Oh yeah.
Tastes just like
There it
champagne.
is.
I love Diet Pepsi.
Me
I
too.
was into you choosing Diet Pepsi.
I gotta be
Better than
honest.
Diet Coke?
I've always been more of a Diet Coke gal, but I'm saying this is not. This is good so far. Maybe I feel like what I'm feeling today, the mouth feel I'm getting, is that it's a little less aspartame-y than a
Yes.
Diet Coke. Is that why you prefer it?
Yeah, I find
Yeah.
it tastes more molasses-y.
Yeah.
It's
right.
sweeter to me.
Yeah.
Than a Diet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the Diet Coke has a kind of edge to it,
Yeah.
right?
It's like an astringent kind of
yeah.
quality.
Yeah. Like a bit of an edge.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyhow, yeah.
Hey,
Let's talk about the
hey-o.
best parts of our day.
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
do it.
I'll start.
Okay.
I'm going to start. I know we've been talking about moles, but I have to say it was actually kind of the best part of my day.
Okay.
So
Great.
I got to go to this. It's like a walk-in dermatology clinic.
Oh.
So you don't have to make an appointment.
That's
You
great.
still need a referral, but you can just walk into it. So I was there nice and early, and I walked in, and then this doctor looked at my moles and mapped all my moles and everything like that, and we all figured out that this one's got to go. And then I literally walked into this like little operating room, and then he just did it, and then I walked home.
That's pretty
and
amazing.
I gotta say, it was simple, it was wonderful, and now it's gone, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. And it's always a good reminder of just like skin health and taking care of your skin, and
I think we don't actually think about it often. I feel like
Not
it's
at
the
all.
thing that gets overlooked. I think you think dermatology and you think about acne or you think about, stuff that's obvious, but it's important.
it's important. And
Yeah.
like he said, like you don't have to be like crazy about like checking your moles all the time or whatever. But he's like, but if there's one outlier, which this one was, and who's acting a little odd, you just go, you get out of the pool. You gotta go.
Listen,
No swimming for
an
you.
outlier.
Yeah, it's an
I like
outlier
it.
for sure.
Yeah.
But that was the best part of my day. I mean, having my face frozen and something cut off of it, not perfectly great, but it didn't hurt. And also, I'm just gonna do a big shout out to anyone who's watching in any country that's not Canada. It was fantastic, and it was all covered, and that's a wonderful, beautiful thing, and it all happened in one day.
Yeah,
And there was no wait.
That's
So there you
amazing.
go. So
How's
there's
that for universal health care?
That's right.
Yeah.
Hype to
that.
universal
Yeah.
healthcare. We'll take it.
So there you go. That's
Very
mine.
nice. The best part of my day was I had been emailed a couple days ago about redoing or doing a job that I did last year, a freelance job, coming back on board for this 3-week long contract. And I was like, yeah, great. And I took a chance and said, the truth, which is that I've upped my freelance fees for hosting. And I was like, can I discuss the details of the contract? And then I was really nervous that I sent that email. And we talked about this a couple weeks ago with Nanaba.
Yeah.
Where we talked about asking for a raise or asking for stuff in your contract or just asking for what you're worth. And so I didn't hear from the person for a day and a half, which is not a long time. But I have a very overactive Italian, Canadian, anxious
You fill in the
mind
narrative.
where I fill in the narrative with the worst possible thing that can happen.
Right.
So in my mind, I was like, oh, he's like, well, screw that. We'll just hire somebody else and never contact her again. In my mind, that's what was going to happen, which is so ridiculous. But there you have it. Whatever. And then I got an email today that was such a lovely, generous email. That was for sure. Let's chat. What are you asking me questions?
Yeah.
Such a lovely response to that statement that I made.
Wonderful.
That I was like, it was a nice feeling.
That's great because it affirms that other people recognize your worth as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
It was
fantastic.
a nice moment.
And you were uncomfortable, but you pushed through it, and that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was and it's the thing Nanaba said too of one of the things they always say when coaches coach this specific skill or this specific practice is say what you want and then don't say anything. Whether that means just say it plainly and send that email and let it go, or if you're in a meeting or on a phone call.
I love doing that.
Of just say it and then let there be space. And that space, that is the sticky part.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're it's very quiet and no one's saying anything and anything could be happening, but anything could be happening, right? Like, why can't my brain assume that the good thing's gonna happen? That's for another hype night. that's for another show.
It's a different thing.
Yeah.
But, good for you.
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you.
Today I was doing my taxes, so that inherently is awful, and it makes me want to just sleep all day long. But in going through all of my receipts, it kind of made me really nostalgic.
Yeah.
So when I was like sorting through what goes where, I was like, oh, I remember this dinner. Oh, I remember hanging out. Oh, I really remember this story. Oh, here's a trip that I went on. And it just, even though it's such a stressful thing to literally have all of your money in front of you.
I know.
Your money that is gone and R.I.P. in the grave.
Yeah.
But to have these like shadows of like, oh, I remember that. That was such a fun time. And it was a really lovely reminder that, money, you need money, but there's always going to be like the fun times and the memories that go with that. So keep spending.
Yes.
What a positive outlook to have on it, though. Because some people look at it and they tally it all up and they go, oh my God, I spent $2,000 on meals.
Honestly, I'm well over that right now.
Or whatever, And you go, oh, how could I have possibly spent $2,000 on 3, 5, 4,000, whatever, thousands of dollars on meals? And look at that number and say, it's just eating, it's just whatever. But it's not. It's the framework of our society.
Yes.
And being with people and communicating, and it's so nice that you look at it that way.
I had to. I was in a dark place. I had to do it. So,
well, good for you.
Yeah.
I applaud that because I ride the wave of the tax, and sometimes it throws you under the ocean and you can't swim.
Yeah.
And it's not fun. But then sometimes I do love that aspect of it. There is something really lovely about like reliving your year. Assuming it was you had good moments in that year, which,
absolutely.
Hopefully we all do. So
yeah. I mean, because a lot of your money goes to baseball.
Yes.
Paloma's just like outing you on your baseball expenses.
Yeah. Well, Paloma's the person who goes to baseball games with me, so thank you, Paloma.
So there's that.
Yeah, a lot of it goes to baseball. A lot of it went to parking.
Yeah, parking is
it's a killer.
Shit, man. Yeah.
It used to go to makeup, and that's the thing that made me be like, why did I do this I don't wear it. I don't even know what this is anymore. But now it's parking. So that's an expense.
That's okay. You got a car.
You got a park.
to.
You got to
It's
get
fine.
places. I found this year like my TTC because I have the Presto card. Though I like the convenience of the Presto card and it like refills.
Yeah.
But like when I added up my TTC for last year, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's a lot of.
I feel like that's going to happen for me with the Green Pea parking app.
Right, yes.
Oh, I love that app.
I love the
and
app
I
so
hate
much.
it for that exact reason.
But now I'm like, because I used to be like, meh, I'll probably be fine for 20 minutes. And now I just pay it.
Yeah.
Now I just pay it. I can only imagine that they're making so much more money with it.
It's so convenient.
I agree. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you'll let us know.
I will.
Yeah.
I will. I'll let you know. And I'm going to give you the Hype Night rules.
Okay.
Well, we're going to get into some hype, so you just take it.
Okay.
You don't need to justify it or anything because you're just great.
Okay.
And we're just going to say a bunch of great stuff.
Great.
Second, if we get anything wrong, please tell us. If we got
Okay.
anything wrong.
Yep.
And finally, if there's anyone we want to hype, like previous guest Paloma, we'll just hype them.
Yeah.
Because there's so many wonderful. You are surrounded by so many
I
wonderful people.
really am.
Yeah.
I think about that fact every single day.
Yeah.
That sounds really corny,
No.
but I truly
I
think
love it.
about how fortunate I am to have a really amazing, stable group of fantastic, phenomenal friends who are mostly strong, fantastical women, and then just my community outside of that. I am very #blessed.
Yeah. That's also a choice, though.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say, I'm going to give you credit on that because people keep poison people around them. People make choices of the people that they want to hang out with. You make positive choices to hang out with wonderful, positive people, and it shows and it's wonderful.
Yeah, because I think that's an act of self-love to surround yourself with people who are share the same values as you.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
Yes,
totally,
I love
totally.
that. It absolutely is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you are unfamiliar with Anne, she is a comedian, actress, writer, everything. Improviser.
Like you're a columnist, like you've written all kinds of articles for She Does the City.
yes.
We have many of which I read, mostly the
Me
ones about
too.
makeup. I was like, I love all these tips. In fact, I think in one of the tweets of the show, I called you a beauty expert, and I was like, I'm just branding her this. I'm just like, yes.
Take it.
You do so many things. You're a graduate of Second City Conservatory and the Musical Conservatory and the Bob Curry Fellowship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Curry Fellowship. When, like, I don't know how long the fellowship has been around.
I was in the first one.
You were in
that
the first
was
one.
3 years ago now?
Okay, because I feel like it's a newer thing, but then I never really was like, how long have I just not heard about it?
In Toronto, it's fairly new. In Chicago, I think it's in its fourth or fifth year, and they do it every year in Chicago. In Toronto, we do it every other year. And in fact, I'm actually going to be, I don't know that I can announce this, but
Scoops.
I'm doing it. I think I might be directing this next
should.
Bob Curry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so,
think that would be great. That's a really great fit.
Yeah, that
Okay,
would be
that'd
fantastic.
be really great. Cause
sorry, Second City.
Sorry,
I just
not sorry.
outed you.
Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
Now they have to hire me.
That's
That's right. That's
You said that was
good.
going to happen.
I said it on Hype Night. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
I mean, I knew you from Improv and Sketchersons, but I guess I really got to know you when you were at Second City. I had already had my time and I had left, but then I got to come back and watch you create wonderful shows and wonderful characters. And your time there, you did 3 shows, right? I'm trying to. I think I have the names of them written somewhere.
we do. We have
I could
them.
ask you. Everything is great again. Party today, panic tomorrow, and come what may have.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't remember which one's which, because kind of when you're finding this now, you're going to find this real quick, that you kind of go like, it's a bit of a blur, everything that happens after you.
Oh, yes.
You watch it and you go, oh, that was great. I don't know, I don't remember. But you did this wonderful sketch. It's a very simple sketch, and I can only imagine what it was like to prep for the sketch where you took off like 20 pairs of Spanx.
Yes.
It was like this like celebration of Spanx and like foundation garments. I loved it so much.
That is one of my absolute favorites, because it was just the easiest thing to do every single night, and it got such a huge response from women, and
so
like
good.
you could feel women getting excited for it, and I
Yeah.
was like, I'm doing this for you and for me. But
How long
hurt.
did it take to put it on? Like, I can only imagine standing backstage.
With all the Spanx on.
That must have like squeezed you.
Yes, yep. So basically what that scene was in the second act of the show. So I would put on all of my Spanx in intermission.
No.
Every single show.
Wow.
There's about 150, give or take. So 150 times I would disrobe and put on all of the Spanx for, I think, 3 or 4 scenes.
And that would take your whole intermission.
Wow.
Yeah. And
then you'd be in multiple scenes.
yeah, and the best part...
Oh my god.
Yeah, the best part was once, this was my own mistake, we were treated to free Thai food for dinner.
Oh, great. Fantastic.
And I am never going to say no to free Thai food or any food.
No.
So I went to town, and I was already so sick from being so full before the Spanx. And then I put on the Spanx, and then I just remember I had to spend half of the first scene in the second act bracing myself on a wall. And my coworkers and my castmates can tell you that I looked physically unwell.
Yeah.
And I couldn't stand up properly because I was so squished in to the Spanx with all of that food.
Like one pair of
pairs?
Spanx.
Yeah, like, so how many pairs was it?
that was 8.
8
Yeah,
pairs
8
of
layers all in
Spanx.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It was amazing to watch. My brain was going like, what does that look like backstage?
Yeah.
Oh, it was just...
Because even, like, I gotta be honest, putting on one pair of Spanx,
Yeah.
that does not look pretty.
No.
Putting the
I'll
Spanx
bet you
on.
the second pair comes on easier though.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Then, like, by the
Absolutely.
8th
They just slip on because you're like, well, I'm getting smaller and I can feel it. So the trick is to wear a size that fits you as the first 2 or 3,
the base, yeah.
Right.
and then get the size bigger in the subsequent 4 to 8, because then it's a little bit roomier.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have those tips.
Yeah.
Tips for
Hot
multiple.
tips.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Also, I guess it's you're not wearing them to be a foundation garment. You're wearing them to be a prop
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Yes,
Off, so,
yes,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I do not recommend wearing more than 3 pairs of Spanx because it's not nice. It doesn't feel
No,
good.
and I imagine it's like not good for your organs.
Oh, I bet not.
No,
Like,
it's
I mean, to
delicious.
do it as part of the show is one thing, but like to wear, if you were to do that and like go to an event, I feel like probably like something would happen to your kidneys.
You wouldn't
even
be able to
handle-
sit.
I can't even handle like an elastic waistband.
Yeah.
Right.
Or a belt. I'm like, no. Get it off my abdomen.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hate it.
Yeah, it's terrible, but it was so fun. It was
my God.
worth
Oh,
it
it's such
every
a great
single
sketch.
night.
Such a great sketch. Such a great sketch. You've been nominated for Canadian Comedy Board as part of the Sketcher Sins.
Yeah,
And that was the first time you saw her.
Yeah, and I wrote in our notes, and I was blown away. I came and I was like, "Who is this?" It was fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, every time I see you though, you're always so magnetic and funny and warm and just great.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That's very nice. Thank you.
My pleasure.
There are people that you see on stage, you kind of just go like, "What?" And you're one of those people, for sure. Where you just go like, "What?" Because people have there's so many wonderful, talented people. I'm not saying not everyone's wonderful and talented, but there's some people that you just go, I don't get it. You're great. You're so special on stage, and I'm like, what? I love watching you.
And I think it's also because I feel like you have such a strong point of view. Like, even I love your Twitter, and I feel like you commit and you have a point of view, and you have the courage to have, like, in everything you do. I think having a point of view is so important as an actor, as an improviser, as a comedian. Like, you just, walking into a scene, but knowing you have a point of view, even if you're not playing that out front, audiences can feel that. They feel like your commitment to that.
I used to be like, point of view, that's, who cares? I don't want to be political, blah, 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 blah. And then I got to a point in my life where I'm like, no, like, you kind of have to have a point of view, especially kind of the world that we live in. Like, it's not good enough to just sort of to have no opinion on things. I think things are getting too hard, and we're at a point in this world where doing nothing means you're complicit. And so as soon as I figured that out, hint, when I turned 30, is when I was like, no, it is so important to care about things, and it's so important to say what you mean and mean what you say, because I think people respond really well to that, because it's your authentic self. So
And you just like, or you're going to say this has been a theme for
authenticity has come up in each of the 4 episodes of this block.
Absolutely.
There it is.
There it is.
Man, everybody's I'm glad that everybody's embracing it. It's it's beautiful. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
I think you just did a workshop with Sketchfest about point of view.
Yes, I did.
Right. How did it go?
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was actually my first time teaching my own sort of curriculum.
It wasn't point of view though. What was it called?
It was point of view. It was like, you do you, the importance of POV.
The importance of
great.
POV. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, first of all, point of view is something you can't really teach. You can't tell someone what their point of view is. No. You can tell them that it has its merit, and you can give them exercises to figure out what they're trying to say.
Yes.
And it turns out that people also agree with that statement, because it's correct.
So there's that.
Right? And it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I always think with point of view, because I'm a point of view writer and creator for sure. I tend to find everything from it. It's allowing it to be there. It's allowing to listen to it and allowing to follow it through, come what may. Because it's not always a beautiful journey, and that's okay. So allowing yourself to do that doesn't come easy. You have to work it, and it's a character
choice.
building.
It is an absolute choice to say something that may or not offend, but that will get people to think about something. It'll get them to think about how they feel about something. It's a choice that we make as performers, because not everyone does it, and I also don't think everyone has to do it. I think there's a place for everything.
Sure.
Especially in the context of a full, well-rounded show.
Sure, yes.
Yeah, of course.
But, I mean, if you have a stage, why not use it to say something important or at least impactful to one person?
Absolutely. Okay, I got it. I have to give you one piece of hype.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you many, but this is a one piece of hype that I was like, I know I got to say. So you and I did a panel. We did a politics and comedy panel for Sketchfest. So we're doing this panel, and it was really great, actually, listening to everybody's point of view and everybody's opinion, and there was some, like, big people who represented some big broadcast shows and writers and things like that, and some smaller, more niche things and stuff, and it was, being questions and things like that, and the topic of diversity came up. So the topic of diversity comes up, and everyone's kind of like, what are we going to do? How are we going to, who's going to talk? Who's going to talk first? And it's like, and I'm of the opinion, I want everybody to talk at the same time. I don't think it's I don't think we just look at the person who's like the diversity in the room and say,
Yeah.
what do you think,
Yeah.
right? So it goes back and forth a little bit. And then Anne comes. And it was gorgeous. And I just want to give you so much hype.
Thank
Because
you.
everybody had their little things to say. And then Anne just drops straight truth bomb on the whole fucking room. And it was true, and it was great, and you could tell all these audience members just kind of looking and going, yeah. Like, it was just a really
Yeah.
wonderful moment, and I just want to give you some, like, major hype on that, because it was, you were very aware in the moment, and had the courage and tenacity to say, listen, this is what I'm seeing, and this is what I'm seeing in this room, and this is what I'm seeing at Sketchfest. And I think Sketchfest is wonderful, and I think that it should continue to go on and grow and do all of these things, but it doesn't do that without important voices being heard, so
Yeah.
I loved it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was for sure one of those moments where I was like, well, here we go. Just to let everyone know, I basically told everyone, look around you. It's all white people in the room.
Yeah.
Everyone in the audience is white. That's a problem.
Yeah. Mhm.
And even the question itself of...
Counting it out. Like,
Literally, I was like, two people of color, 8 white males, and 3 women. I just straight up pointed at everyone.
Yeah.
But, you know, like... I have to do that, because if no one else is going to do it, I will do it, because I think that's so important.
it was great.
Thank
It
you.
was
Yeah,
really
she came because I really wanted to go to that panel and I couldn't, and I was really bummed. And then Dale last week, before our hype night last week, told me the story
Yeah.
about that, and I was
Yeah.
like thrilled to hear it.
Yeah.
So Sonia, do you have something to say, Sonia? You're flagging us down. Sonia's in the studio with us today, responding to you.
Oh.
One of your faithful followers would like to know what Anne said.
Well, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think that was...
And then she said it. Sorry,
Yeah.
I saw you flagging down. Thank
Yeah.
you, Sonia. Thank you, viewer.
Thank you.
For
That was
asking that
Amanda
question.
Barker, previous guest.
Previous guest Amanda Barker.
Hi, Amanda.
You were also the first woman to anchor the news desk for Sunday Night Live solo, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's
That's
very
cool.
cool. I'm not the first woman to ever do it. I believe Carly Heffernan did it before me.
But you did it solo.
I did it by
You were the
myself.
first solo woman
Yes,
to do
yeah.
it. Cool.
Yeah, and there have
Cool.
been a couple of males who've done them on their own, but when the time came, and I did it with Brendan Halloran for a bit, and then he left the Sketchersons, and then it fell on me to do it, and then there was a lot of pressure of being like, well, who's going to be your co-anchor? And everybody had an opinion, and everybody wanted to do it, and everybody thought that they had license to tell me why they felt entitled to it. But I was like, well, I've been given the choice of doing it on my own or with a partner, and I'm going to take this opportunity and own it, because, I mean, listen, the news is, and no tea, no shade to all of my wonderful, wonderful Sketchersons alum and castmates. Like, I do really love them, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, man, you know what late night TV is full of? White dudes doing satirical news
Yep.
comedy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what you don't see a Filipino woman just kind of doing her take on it, which isn't, I will admit, I'm not Stephen Colbert, and I never will be, and I don't want to be. But how refreshing is it to an audience who sees comedy in Toronto, which is the most diversity in Canada? How awesome would that look to have a woman do it?
Yes.
So that's why I kind of, stood firm, and I was like, I'll do this for a couple of months because I can and I want to. So
Yes. Hype
Yes.
to that.
Yeah.
That makes me so happy to hear.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not, there were a lot of feelings like, hey, but there's enough respect in the room that everyone was like, okay, fine, this is just the way it is, and that's it.
Yeah.
It was so scary to be like, no, I'm not, I don't want to do it with anyone.
Yeah.
Because, you don't want to upset anyone, as, I've been conditioned to feel like I have to take care of everyone and that everyone is happy around me.
Yes.
But I've learned that I have to also think of myself first. And I know that kind of is the antithesis and goes against being in a sketch troupe, but at the same time, not everyone has the same opportunities. And so when I get one, I would like to take it. So
Well, there's also different, like, thoughts. There's also different, like, thoughts on improv and sketch. If you kind of look at, I don't know, like annoyance level improv or whatever, where they say, you take care of yourself. You take care of yourself, and if everybody takes care of themselves, you take care of yourself, you're going to be okay, because at least you're taking care of yourself. there's other people that say you got to take care of other people as long as you're taking care of other people. I think it always, for me, comes down to just being respectful, but yeah, taking care of yourself is important.
But in life, but I mean, even in life, if you look at that same principle, it's like there are lots of different ways to take care of other people, and there are lots of different ways to like contribute to the community and contribute to the group that you're in. And I think that like we've just talked about self-care, and I think like part of it is like you have to be honest and authentic and true to like what it is you feel you can contribute and have to contribute and what you need in that dynamic. Otherwise, then you start creating a whole other problem, which is a different, is a resentment, or is like, then you feel like that there's that awful feeling when you don't say what you want and what you need, that awful undercurrent of like knowing that you're doing that to yourself, and that's never a good feeling, right?
Yeah.
So
it also makes me think about this idea that you and I have talked a little bit about it, where sometimes you're approached with something, or you see something, or there's a problem or something ahead of you, or not even a problem, like a situation in front of you, and you have this sense in you where you're like, oh, I feel like you need a co-host, or I have this feeling that the way it is not how it should be, because it's always been done a certain way or whatever, and everybody right now has a moment in time. If you find yourself in this moment, and I'm trying to do this with myself, where I go, I don't like this. Why don't I like this? Make the leap inside yourself to wonder, what is it that I'm having a problem with? Because the chances are it's like, I'm scared to just let a Filipino woman be alone. It might be that. And then you go, that's not a thing. That's not a thing.
Yeah.
You're being dumb.
Yeah.
And you go, yeah, that's not a thing. Because I'll bet you if a lot of people had taken that moment to look at that little moment step, there wouldn't have been as much like, I want to do it, I think you should have someone with me, or whatever it is.
And I'll say this too, I can guarantee that if I was a man, no one would have bothered me.
No.
If I had asserted myself, and if I had been like, no, I'm doing it on my own, which has happened in the past, I know I wouldn't have had the blowback that I got. And this isn't like, I don't want to make it like so dramatic. There was no falling out. There was no drama. But, there was some pushback, which is so understandable because I would fight back too.
Right.
But, I just think if I was a dude, the conversations would not have been had. Everyone would have been like, okay, I'll wait my turn.
Yeah.
Which is what I did. So.
Which is crazy because, like, going back just a few years, when I first started at Second City, I was in a cast that didn't have gender parity. There was no gender parity.
Right.
And when my cast went into gender parity, everybody was like, oh my God, can you believe it? Oh my God, one of the male actors is being replaced with a woman. Yeah, fuck, yeah.
Yeah.
Would it be really cool? 4 women and 2 dudes.
Yeah.
I dare you to do it.
Yeah.
We've had a bunch of reviews with 4 dudes. I dare you to do it. I'd love to see it.
Chicago did it. ETC did it.
Yeah, let's do it.
It was incredible. It's an incredible show.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So,
well,
anywho,
this is like where we're at too, right? Where we're like, how do we address, decades and centuries of, oppression and a lack of parity and a lack of representation? Is like, there's lots of different ways we're going to do that. And sometimes it is going to be that, actually it's like what didn't Ruth Bader Ginsburg say? Someone asked her, like, when will there be parity? Like, how many female Supreme Court justices do there need to be? And she was like, 9 of them for, like, 100 years. Like, she was like, just like all of them for a very long time. Like, because to write that balance is going to take a long time, and it's going to take big, bold moves.
Yeah.
And so we all gotta face
that are gonna
our resistance, all our individual and our
that
collective
are gonna have
resistance.
that little moment where you have to look at it and go, why do I not feel right about this?
Yeah.
And then go, shut up, dum-dum. You're okay.
Yeah. You're okay. You're
okay.
gonna be okay.
We read a bunch of your She Does the City articles.
Yes. So good.
I really want to talk about your hammam experience. I had a hammam experience.
Yes.
Do you know my hammam experience?
I don't.
Okay. My hammam experience is kind of similar to yours.
Okay.
I had mine in Winnipeg. I got the whole experience as well, where you lay on the marble slab.
Like a piece of meat.
Like a piece of meat.
Yep.
I was wearing, like, the cotton, like, tie that goes around. You just
Like a loincloth.
Just a loincloth.
Yeah.
And then there was also a naked man who just had a loincloth on, basically, who was massaging me with cups of water and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, oh, whoa, okay. And he massaged my body and put water on my body. I was like, this is insane. And then took me to a special room in another place.
Yeah.
Washed my hair. Gave me my hair wash. I got the works on this thing. Washed my hair.
It's like the deluxe package.
Filled what I can only imagine is like a pillowcase with like foamy suds. Squished it above my body. Dropped suds on my body.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
Flipped me over. I turned myself over. Turned me over.
Wait, so you're on a slab, but
I'm
you're
on a
being washed?
slab.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at this point I was like on a rubber bed. I don't know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it
You
was.
don't
Like a
slip
rubber.
off because you're so wet.
You're
I've
so
had that
wet,
when
yeah.
I had like a sugar body treatment
Yeah.
thingy.
Yeah.
But
I get
it's
it,
so
yeah.
much steam that you can't even see like
Right.
anything. It's just like body parts massaging me, and then flips me over, cleans my back and everything, and then does like this cupped hand thing, and starts slapping me up my legs, slapping me up my legs until honestly it was like this, slap, 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 till you got like higher, slap, 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 wham! Like, and I'm not kidding. It's like a marble room.
And
I
it's
just,
like
it echoed and I was
reverberates.
laughing so hard. I was laughing so hard I couldn't believe it.
See, I gotta say,
That's very intimate.
It was
I have
really
not- so
something.
I have-
If you're in Winnipeg, it's on the 10th floor of this like hotel.
I've never been to a hammam, but I did go for a massage just the other day.
Oh, I love massages.
To this amazing place in Chinatown that was recommended to me from my friend, Laura Jabley Johnston. I don't know if you're watching tonight, but hype to her. And it was like this woman, this tiny woman, basically like, it was like a mix of Twina massage, Swedish
love
massage,
Twina.
shiatsu. It was like a bunch. Twina is like this, like very like aggressive
clothes.
above your like.
Oh,
but this
yeah.
was I. So
Okay.
I was not clothed for this. But at one point, this woman like so. First of all, like I love a heavy-handed massage. Like because I have. I'm sorry if that's how I'm.
Well, I got a
describing it.
slap massage.
Well, this woman slapped the shit out of me, and I loved it. Like she pounded me, but that's what I wanted. And she like at one point I was on my side, and she got on top of me, and her body was like on me, and her elbow was like in my shoulder blade, and she was like. It was incredible, and I loved every moment of it. It was like, it was a bit alarming, but when I gave over to
Yeah.
it was exactly what I wanted.
That sounds really good. I love that. I love massages, first of all. Very important if you do live theater, as off like when I was on Second City, I would get a massage pretty much twice a month.
Yeah.
But the hammam thing was unlike anything I'd ever experienced before, because
Yeah.
not even partners that I've been with have been like
That intimate?
into those
Yeah.
nooks and crannies in such a way that you're like, ah? But
though.
there's no other. It's because it's not a violent. Like I was with a tiny woman, so there was no impropriety whatsoever. But there was still always that like, oh, okay. Okay, I haven't even touched that. You know, like,
Yeah.
and it's not even like
Yeah.
your private. It's just like, how did you find that fold of skin? And that must have a lot of dead skin because I haven't even like gotten
Get that grommage,
Yeah.
man. Grommage mitt in there.
That's probably what like the closest thing we'll get to like knowing what like a Thanksgiving or a holiday turkey
Oh
feels
man,
like.
it was
Because
like
it was just like
Yes.
brr, brr, and like the sounds.
the
that
sounds
came.
in that room. It was so thick.
Yeah,
And-
so
and
much steam.
I don't think I would have done it, but I was feeling really, really, really good about myself. Like I had just like booked this. I was in Winnipeg. I was shooting this. I was like show. I was like, oh my god, I'm feeling so good about myself. And one of the co-stars had been like, you need to go upstairs. You need to like do the whole thing. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that on my like day off. And then I went up and I was like, what the hell is happening to me? And then I ate Turkish delight and fell asleep on the couch.
Yeah, that sounds
That
delightful.
sounds great.
It was great.
Yeah.
That sounds like I'm going to hype this. I'm going to Asia for 2 months.
I know.
And I've already booked 2 massages in Bali.
Yeah.
I'm only in Bali for 8 days, so
No.
that's
Yeah.
like
God.
once every 4 days, and then I'm going to Thailand and I'm only there for maybe 5 days and I am going to get a massage every single day and no one's going to stop me.
No, nor should they. I love a Thai massage too.
Oh.
I love anything like in this massage as well. She was like, she took my leg and she like stretched it up and then she like folded it over and like everything like readjusted in my back. I was like, it was incredible.
Yeah.
I like to be like woman handled, I guess.
But that's the thing.
Word, right?
Like your body is meant to be in those positions.
Yes.
So I can't wait to
Oh my
just
God.
have like hear like pop, 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 of like my back when someone just like throws me over their shoulder somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that what a Thai massage is? I've never had one, but I will.
I've had a Thai massage before where they like it's very interactive in terms of like they stretch you.
They stretch you and then they do.
I
And
love
they
the
use like the length
stretching.
of, they'll use like the length of their arm to like strength lengthen a
The
thing.
stretching is so key.
Yeah.
Like I go to a massage therapist and she massages, but she also stretches me out,
Yeah.
and it's like some of the stretches you don't even know that like you don't really feel them, but until you sort of stand up and you're like,
Oh, it feels
this
great.
is what you're supposed to feel like on a day-to-day basis.
Yep.
I go to this one guy, Terry. He does Tuina massage, no, completely Tuina massage. So it's like clothes on, and he'll find something, and he'll just like kind of whisper. He'll be like, "This will hurt," and then he just gets in there, and it's
Nice.
horrible, and then he'll say, "Thank you."
Oh.
Yeah.
I love Terry at
Yeah.
Tuina. Go see him. He's the
Terry
best.
Tuina.
Terry
we
Tuina.
love you. Hashtag Terry Tuina.
Yeah, but I was reading your thing about the hammam.
Yeah,
and
I
was
saw
like,
the
yeah,
hammam thing,
man.
yeah.
It's try it. I think everyone should try something like that because it really makes you like have zero shame about your body.
Yeah.
And two, like you will discover how ticklish you are because I am a very ticklish
Yeah, me
person.
too, me too.
You go like this at me, I will punch you in the face. I don't like being tickled.
And feet, like this massage the other day she was like doing my feet and I couldn't, I was like moving and laughing and you can't.
Even with pedicures, you know when they sand
Yes,
down your
yes,
foot?
yes.
Oh, I like it I have to pee sometimes. Like it makes like that's how ticklish I get. Like I'm just like this is not enjoyable. But after a while, your body then learns like, oh, this is a touch that shouldn't make you go like,
Yeah.
like that.
Have
and
you
get
ever
used to
had
it.
this massage?
Oh.
This
Yes.
like
Yes, it's
Yes.
so there's so much tension.
much here.
Like your breastbone area.
Course.
It's like
as
your-
women, of course.
every bit of emotion. I had even just touching it right now. It's kind of bugging me. Like camel pose. Makes me
Oh
cry.
yeah, I can't do like in yoga that when you have is that camel?
this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a really hard
Amanda's
pose.
watching. It's camel, right?
Yeah.
Is the one that makes me barf.
It makes me
But
cry. I get really emotional.
Yeah, it's
you like
emotional.
open this whole part of
Yeah.
your heart and your
And like your
chest.
lungs, and you are so open and you're so exposed.
Yeah.
I had this massaged. I've had it massaged a couple times, but it just feels like ripping. It just feels like
Oh.
ripping.
Ugh.
And then after, it's like, oh, it's so good.
Massage, it hurts, and then you love it.
That's it. That's right.
Ripping.
Ripping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a 10-second delay, so it'll take a bit for Amanda to get back to me.
All right.
About that.
Thanks, Amanda, for watching and for coming in. This is making me think of that because I want to talk about Baroness von Sketch. Because you have been on the show as an actor, but you also were in the writer's room.
Yes,
Right?
yeah.
Well, congrats on all
That's
the crazy
amazing.
success.
Thank you. Oh,
So
I
well
love it.
deserved.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. I love you in that gym sketch.
It's like, I feel like that sketch was like the sketch that kicked it all
Yeah.
off.
I will worship and I owe everything to those 4 baronesses for hiring me at all to any capacity in the writer's room and also to be on the show. But then that particular scene,
Oh my god.
I am so thankful that I got to be part of that because it went everywhere.
Yeah.
It went viral and
Yeah.
I'm like, cool, I'm part of something that went viral. And
Yeah.
like my part is just like, very small, and I don't mean that to diminish my worth, but just like truly it really is about all those 4 women. And it doesn't even, I don't fully process just how many people have probably seen that clip.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
If you are
It's so
unfamiliar
great.
with this clip, which would be insane if you
Insane.
Yeah.
You'd be lying.
Yeah.
You've seen it.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
are, go and check out the Baroness von Sketch. We'll get a link up for you. And
Yes.
it's like, they're basically, the woman turns 40 and she gets to go to the gym and she gets her eyes opened to what it is the freedom to be in a gym at 40.
Yeah.
And what the women are like. It's so great. It's so great.
It's so great, and it's such a great show, and it's such an inspiring,
yeah.
such an amazing, I feel like the momentum of that and what it's doing for television, for Canadian television, but also just television globally,
Totally.
which is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So hype to everyone,
gosh,
hype
all the
to the
baronesses and
Baronesses.
everyone, yes.
Yeah.
Love those women.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, also, like, I know it's like, they created it and everything, and they are who they are, but it's, like, the different types of women, the different bodies, the different POVs,
Yes.
like, the different style, even the style, like, I love the difference in style of the four of them. I love it.
Yeah. And I think that speaks to the quality of the other writers, too, that are in that room.
Right.
Because, in the first season, I was a story editor. In the second season, I got to be part of the writing team for 2 weeks. And I've never been in a more supportive and wonderful room.
Oh,
and
wow.
I know that is very rare. And so whenever I get asked about what's it like, I just do nothing but gush, because I don't do it for anything other than it is the most truthful way I can answer, because I felt so protective by all of them and all of the other writers in the room that I got to work with. Everyone is so supportive, and there is no ego, and I've never been in a room where I could comfortably ask, hey, how do I make this better? Because a lot of the times we get really precious about our ideas, and we don't, even though we know we don't have the idea to sort of tweak it and give it what it needs, someone else really needs it. We don't allow our work to sort of be shared like that, because we're like, well, this is my sketch, so it has to be my jokes and my ideas.
It's my vision.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But in that room, I open it up, and it is met with so much support and so much intelligence and wit, and I love everyone that I get to work with on that show.
You know what? It shows, though, because that's multiple brains working towards one sketch to make it better.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's going to be a better sketch.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's going to be able to build into different places and go into places that you were the thing that I love so much about some of those Baroness sketches is that they go somewhere that I'm like, oh, even I'm surprised.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yes.
I write sketch, my brain thinks about it, and I'm always trying to, like, find out where's the thing, where's the pattern, where's the out. And sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, that was great.
Yeah.
I was really surprised, and I loved it. So, yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, I love it.
Fantastic group.
Yeah.
I think it might be time for a little bit of a lightning round.
Some lightning round.
Yeah.
I think Amanda said you were talking about hero pose.
I don't think
maybe?
it's called hero, but maybe you're right, Amanda. You know more than I do.
I
So
know.
it's the one where it's like. Anyway, I'll find a picture of it maybe and post it on this Facebook feed.
Isn't it interesting, if it is called the hero pose, that's the one that we struggle with?
Yes, wouldn't that be so?
Let's just say it is.
I struggle with hero pose.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you ever done that thing where they say if you like pose like a Wonder Woman?
Power stance?
Yeah, power stance.
Yes,
Have you
I
ever
do that
done that?
constantly.
Yeah, I feel like it actually works.
I did power stance today to someone who was standing too close to me.
Nice.
I did. I am finding myself increasingly irritated. This is hype, and I shouldn't. It's kind of, but increasingly irritated by men, particularly, that are taking up my space.
Yeah, that have
Of
no
course.
kinesthetic awareness because they
And I'm
never had to. Yeah.
Fucking done with it.
Yeah.
So today, this guy was like standing behind me, like as if he just couldn't stand in line because he was, I don't know, 6, and he just couldn't. This man couldn't stand behind me, and he kept bumping me and touching me and in my space. And then it occurred to me, I was like, oh, I'm a lot taller than you, and I just was
Boom.
like, and just squared everything off, and was like, I'm squaring everything off right now. And then he stopped touching me. He still stepped in front of me in line, but at least he wasn't touching me anymore.
That guy was so busy.
He was having to get there.
So important. His
busy.
day
There.
was so crucial to
Yeah.
something in the world.
He had to get into the dermatology clinic too.
You gotta get
get
his
those
moles
moles
maps.
Yeah,
That's right. Hashtag mole mapping, man. All right, let's do a little lightning round of some of the improv and sketch shows you've done.
Yeah, let's do
Your
it.
Reviews. Here we
All
go.
right, here we go.
All right, let's. We're gonna do different music today. Yeah, we're gonna go to Paris. Here we go.
Great.
Come what mayhem.
Everything is great again.
Party today, panic tomorrow.
Wayward in the ensemble at the Bad Dog.
Hook up.
Squad Goals.
Love on Top.
Sketcherson Sunday Night Live.
Filthy, the No Rules Cabaret.
Double Digest.
Zombie Boot Camp.
The Principal's Office, where the filed things are.
Ladies of the Sketchersons.
So, you think you can dance with wolves?
My homeroom teacher's a vampire.
The Bench.
Family Freud.
Etched in Sketch.
Top Bob.
Behind the bar.
It's like you didn't know you were part of these shows.
That's exactly it. I'm like, what? Oh my god.
I love your reaction to that. Was the best. I also love that you and Sarah Hillier, awesome Sarah Hillier, hype to her.
Hype to Hillier.
You have a chip buffet for one of your...
Yeah, for our Love on Top shows, we will do a chip buffet, and the only song we will ever play is Carly Rae Jepsen's "Call Me Maybe."
Nice.
And it goes through this wonderful thing of at the beginning of the show, the audience loves it, they're laughing so hard. Middle of the show, they hate it. And they are just like, and we make it hard for all the other acts in the middle, but then at the end, they're like, we're back on board. This was so funny. But yeah. Oh, I forgot half of the whole show.
You know what though? Hookup is like killing it right now.
Hookup is a thing. Like,
Hookup's killing it.
mega hype to Hookup.
Yeah.
It's a very fun show, and I'm so happy to be part of it too.
Yeah, if
Awesome.
you're into excellent comedy, go check. It's at Bad Dog.
Bad
right?
Dog.
Bad Dog.
Yeah, go check it out at the Bad Dog Hookup. It's so good.
Saturdays 9:30.
Yeah, there you
Fantastic
go.
show, and it was extended, so it'll be going till I think like May or June.
Sweet. Get in
That's
there.
awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
Get in there. Well, lots of people have been saying lots of things. It looks like on. So yeah, thanks
It's
for
true.
for chiming in, everybody.
Yes, and we have discovered that it is Camel into Hero.
Camel into Hero.
There are two heart openers side by side in the series. That's why we all want to barf and cry
Yeah.
when that happens.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Do you think it's time for a new favorite thing?
I think
there's
there
so
is.
much more stuff. I want to say this,
And
like,
I have a wonderful thing to read, but I gotta find it.
okay, find it. While you find it, I will say this. Follow Ann on Twitter. Because, like, I gotta say, during the Oscars, oh my god. So,
I was so mad.
when What's His Nuts won, What's His Nuts? What's his name again? Who won?
Oh, what's his Gary Oldman.
Gary
Gary
Oldman.
Oldman.
I was gonna say Jeremy Irons, and I was like, no, other British man who sounds like a villain a lot of the time. When Gary Oldman won, your Twitter, I was like, this is everything I need right now, is Ann Pornel being like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
People forget.
Yeah.
People don't realize,
Yeah.
and I think like it's one thing to sort of celebrate someone and then learn. Oh wait, but there's another thing to be like super on board with the movement of Me Too and Time's Up, and then just like turn a blind eye to just the men who you kind of like their work. Like I'm one of those people who just I'm like, I'm sorry, I cannot separate art from artist, because the artist, if you're doing it well, they are their art.
Yeah.
So their art is tainted with that, and I don't care what you say.
And it's tricky because the thing about that, the thing about that was there was such a great movement during that award ceremony with
God, the
Jordan
hypocrisy of it
Peele
all.
and with all of that. But then it was like Kobe Bryant and Gary Oldman, and everybody was like, these two things just stick out so much because so
How
I
do you
just
sit there? How do you sit there and like pat yourself on the back like that?
I know.
And then celebrate high profile abusers. It's baffling.
I hear you. So I think you should follow Anne because it's amusing and it's real and it's on point. So
It's a lot of like really graphic and dirty tweets about Blue Jay players too.
Yes, and those are also highly enjoyable. And then Alice Moran makes a video of all of them, and that's also hilarious.
Oh, hype to Alice
Hype
for doing
to
that.
Alice Moran.
What a thing to wake up to. I was like, this is it. Oh, these are all. It's something to have all of your words. I felt like I was on trial. To have all of my words just flashed before me, and I'm like, that's inappropriate, but I stand by it all.
I love it. I love your stand by it tweet. So on Twitter, you can find her at @mpornell, and on Instagram, she's @glampornell, because obviously she is so glamorous all the time.
I have a wonderful thing that Michaela Dyke wrote for you and about you, and I'm going to tell you later because I have lost it.
Thanks to Michaela Dyke.
Thanks to Michaela. Wonderful
So
lady.
awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's time for a new favorite thing.
Yeah, new favorite thing.
Yeah. Do you wanna? What do you think?
Oh, hang on. I forgot what it was.
I can go.
Okay.
Mine involves a demo.
Ooh.
My new favorite thing is this gurgle pot that was given to me by Marco Timpano and Amanda Barker. I'm going to do Shopping Network Gurgle pot. Gurgle pot.
Gurgle
there
pot.
it is.
So that's
the
what it's
thing
actually
is
called?
like, I don't know if it's going to do, I don't know how much the demo's going to work right now, but what happens is you pour the water out of it and it gurgles.
One more, please.
The fishing. Okay, wait. Here we go. It's a gurgle pot.
It's wonderful.
It makes me so happy. The first time I ever used it was at their house, and I lost my mind.
Oh
I was
my
like,
gosh.
"What is it?" And then they bought me one for my birthday.
That
Is it not cool?
That is ASMR pornography
It
right
is.
there. Like that is. Oh, I love that.
Seductive.
I'm gonna get a gurgle pot now. I
Right.
think that's hilarious.
Hashtag gurgle pot.
Yeah.
Gurgle pot.
That's my new favorite thing.
My favorite thing, my new favorite thing, is gonna sound insane.
Okay.
And it speaks to where I'm at mentally, having been done at Second City for a couple of weeks now. My new favorite thing is to look at the sky.
That's,
Oh my
no,
God, I love
that's
it.
a real thing.
It's one of those things where I discovered it when I was in Cuba, where you could see stars
Yes.
and like just it. You forget that is quite wondrous. Like we take for granted everything around us constantly, and it took like not working at night every day
Yeah.
of my life for 2 years to just sort of stop where I was, look up and be like, whoa, this is beautiful. And like that's now my new thing. I just like sort of make sure to at least once or twice a day check in with the sky.
I think that's great.
That's
Well, thank God.
fantastic.
I think that's great.
Well, when you go to, I'm like, when you go on your trip for those
I
2
can't
months,
wait.
I'm excited to hear like what exciting sky
New
visions
stars.
you will have.
We'll see new stars because I'm going to be in the southern hemisphere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the sky tomorrow.
It's and if you catch it on the right moment, it'll friggin' blow your brains out in
Yeah.
a way that you're like, didn't
Actually,
think that was
that
going to
said-
happen.
On my drive here today, I was looking at the sky because it was the exhibition, like the exhibition
The
art.
different gates?
The princess
Princess
gates or
Gates.
prince gates.
Princess Gates.
Yeah.
And because of the time change, the sun had just kind of set, but it was like still really, really bright. So everything was kind of in shadow, and it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, it's not the. I always thought it was the Princess Gates. It's not. It's the Princess
Prince's Gates.
Gates. It's
Prince's
the princes with an an apostrophe. Yeah, it's
It belongs to the princes.
Yeah, not the princess.
What?
Because bullshit. I call bullshit, but anyway.
Yeah, I call bullshit on that too.
Yeah, there you go.
I thought it was the Princess Gates.
Me too.
I bet you everybody thinks it's the Princess
I think so too,
Gates.
because once I posted a picture of it and I hashtagged Princess Gates, and I got corrected, and I think most people assume
Who
it's Princess
corrected
Gates.
you?
Yeah.
Somebody who's really a person like me who just corrected me. That's right.
My new favorite thing is unflavored kefir. Is that how we're supposed to say
yeah.
it?
Or kefir? Yeah. Kefir? I don't know.
Kefir.
Yeah.
It is a fermented dairy beverage. It's horrific to drink.
And it's your new favorite thing.
Yeah, it's so a job to get it in and down. But then when it's in and down and after a couple days you're like, "Oh, you know what? This is great." It's a great and wonderful. It's like a billion times better than yogurt or something. I don't even know.
Oh, like in terms of the probiotics?
Yeah, and it has so many
okay.
more, and so
Active
many
cells.
different strains of it,
Right.
and it's supposed to be like people say like we're supposed to have more like fermented
Yeah.
foods and
Good
stuff
for
like
you.
that. I don't like them. They can all just die. I hate it. I hate the flavor and taste of fermented stuff.
It's
Okay.
rotting, right?
It's rotting.
Yeah.
It's fuzzy milk, man. Fuzzy rot milk. I'm into the fuzzy rot milk. I used to drink it with flavor. Now I drink it straight fuzzy rot milk.
Fuzzy rot milk.
Yeah.
Dale's new favorite thing.
Yeah, just get it. You get a chaser.
Is it textured?
It's thick.
Oh.
I have a real aversion to. I like yogurt, but I like. You give me a yogurt drink and I'm out. Like yop. What the fuck that is?
Yop is for children.
But
You know.
still, like it's just like it can't.
What about milkshakes?
The thing about milkshakes is I like the taste of them, but my stomach, like, I don't think I'm not lactose intolerant, but I think, like, too much. A milkshake is a lot
It's
for my
rich,
digestive
yes.
system,
Okay.
I feel. But I like yogurt a lot.
Interesting.
But
Why don't you get on the
kefir train? The rot milk?
Fuzzy rot milk.
get on that fuzzy rot milk? I'm gonna
Alright.
drink the whole. I bought a jug. I'm gonna drink the whole thing.
In one shot?
No, just over the next week.
I was like, oh God, Dale, you don't have to commit that hard. It's okay.
Do you know what would happen to my insides if I drank like 2 liters?
No
of
hype night next
rot?
week.
No hype
That's
night.
what would happen. No hype night next
That's
week.
right. Oh my God.
My insides just came out.
Oh man.
In one
Dale,
piece.
we've had a really exciting night. Dale has regaled us of tales of mole mapping and hot fuzzy milk and rotting milk.
I am living my authentic self.
Oprah would be so proud.
Yeah,
She would be so proud.
Oh my
You know,
God, yeah.
I got a bandage on my face and I'm pooping real good.
Listen,
Isaac Mizrahi, no less.
I mean, if you're gonna live your life, live your life. Come on.
Everybody
live it in
needs to get
style.
these bandages. Come on.
I'm a big advocate for the Isaac Mizrahi bandages.
It was either this one or roses.
Oh, I
like the hearts.
The hearts is good. The hearts
Yeah.
is good. It sends more love and positivity into the
This
world.
is
That's
true.
right.
This is true.
And Pornel, what a pleasure to have you on the
What
show.
a time Hype
So
Night was.
wonderful.
What a time.
Yay!
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. And you can catch Anne in all kinds of shows at
Yeah.
the Bad Dog.
Good. Yeah, Anne Pornel or Glam Pornel, depending on where you're finding her.
Yeah.
And thank you for watching Hype Night.
Yeah, thank you for watching.
Yay.
And we'll see you on the next Hype Night. Stay
That's
tuned to the page, the Facebook page, for more info.
That's right. Don't forget, you can always rate us or anything like that. Check it out on Highball TV and get into the conversation that people are having with it. Also, I was going to say something and it's gone.
Also, have a great rest of your night
Yes.
or day, or just live your life with some hype.
Yeah.
I feel like we're consistently ending with this.
Why not?
It's the best part.
Thank you, Open Source Music.
It's the Muppet scat.